This is Sylvia Saber with Lagatar Afghanistan updates. Let's move on to the important news of the day. The US completed its withdrawal from Afghanistan late on Monday, ending America's longest war and leaving behind a socially fractured and economically depressed country. The US military left behind up to 200 Americans and thousands of desperate Afghans who couldn't get out and must rely on the Taliban to allow their departure. Taliban fighters quickly swept into the airport and fired weapons into the sky in jubilation, celebrating an astonishing victory for the movement 2 decades after US forces invaded Afghanistan and toppled them from power. The Taliban spokesman says Islamic State will end its attack in country once foreign forces leave the Afghanistan. If they continue with their operations, the Islamic government, we will deal with them, he added. The United States expects the Taliban to live up to their commitments now that US troops have pulled out of Afghanistan, but any legitimacy or support will need to be earned, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken said. He also added that the United States was committed to helping every American who wants to depart Afghanistan to leave the country. A US drone strike in Kabul on Sunday caused civilian casualties. According to Afghan officials as well as the Taliban, an Afghan official said 3 children were also killed in the drone strike near Kabul's airport, while the Pentagon says it can't yet dispute claims that a US drone strike on a suspect suicide bomber in Afghanistan killed a number of civilians. The international community will push as one voice for the safe passage of Afghans who want to leave, Prime Minister of United Kingdom Boris Johnson has said. The Prime Minister's comments came after the UN Security Council urged the Taliban to allow people to leave the country. The UN Security Council also called on all parties to allow full, safe and unhindered access for the UN and charities to deliver humanitarian aid. A Pakistan International Airlines plane carrying desperately needed medical supplies from World Health Organization landed in Afghanistan. It is the first shipment to get in since the country came under the control of the Taliban. The World Health Organization has established an air bridge into the northern city of Mazar-e-Sharif with the help of Pakistani authorities. Afghanistan's healthcare system is at risk of collapse after foreign donors stopped providing aid following the Taliban takeover. International donors, including the World Bank and European Union, froze funding to Afghanistan. Afghanistan head of the International Federation of the Red Cross and Red Crescent said closures of Afghan banks had meant almost all humanitarian agencies have been unable to access funds, leaving vendors and staff unpaid. The Taliban have restricted farmers across the country from cultivating poppy, the announcements have made in villages and rural areas of Kandahar. Afghanistan accounts for 80% of the opium production worldwide. The mayor of a Polish town appealed for organ donors after 2 children evacuated from Afghanistan fell so ill after eating poisonous mushrooms they need liver transplants. The children are being treated at the hospital in Warsaw. After a dramatic evacuation from Taliban-held Kabul and a secret operation to fly him to Tokyo, Afghan Paralympian Hussein Rasooli beat the odds to compete in the long jump. Rasooli, whose left hand was amputated as a result of the mine explosion, is taking first-time part in long jump in a major competition. For more updates, keep watching OpTv Global.